So when I was doing the video about scalar and vector quantities, I realised I actually missed a few important points out. The first is I'm going to talk about speed and velocity very quickly, even though I'll do another video on that separately anyway. So speed is my scalar quantity and velocity is my vector quantity. I'm going to give you an example of a speed. Just tonight, I say 30 miles per hour because I'm just imagining I'm driving a car. However, in physics, we tend to talk about the unit we tend to use more often than not is going to be meters per second. Just so you know, I'm not implying that 30 miles per hour is the same as 30 meters per second. They're not the same. Okay, so whatever we're talking about is traveling at 30 meters per second. Now, would it make sense to you if I did this? If I said, if I'm stopped by the police, let's say I'm speeding, I'm stopped by the police and he says, what speed, what's your speed? I say minus whatever. Will that make any sense? No, it won't. Okay, you can't have a negative speed. Your speed is always going to be positive, or the size of your speed or the magnitude of your speed will always be positive. However, I could have a minus when I'm talking about velocity. And what that means is it's not saying that what it would have been saying over here. It's not saying that the speed is minus 30 meters per second. It's saying the velocity is. That means whatever we're talking about is traveling at 30 meters per second, but in the minus here implies the direction. 9 times out of 10 in physics problems, whatever, it's normally a vehicle, but it doesn't have to be. Whatever is travelling to the right is normally taken as positive, and whatever is going to the left is normally taken to be negative. So that this minus here doesn't mean the speed is minus 30 meters per second. It just means the speed is 30 meters per second and the direction is that way. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. And similar to that is a very important vector quantity that I forgot to mention, which is acceleration. Okay, again, basically the same rule applies as what I was just talking about with velocity. So let's say something was moving at 2 meters per second squared. That's my unit of acceleration there. If something's moving at 2 meters per second squared, then it is accelerating, which means it is getting faster, or it's changing direction. Okay, reminder that acceleration means something's either speeding up, slowing down, or changing direction. Okay, so this implies that it is, let's assume for now that this 2 meters per second squared means that my object is accelerating, i.e. getting faster. Sorry, I shouldn't have said accelerating. And then if I put this minus in front of it, this does not imply the direction this time. My minus 2 meters per second squared is saying that my object is getting slower. Okay, so deceleration is a special type of acceleration. Okay, so I know in colloquial terms, i.e. in everyday use of the word, we would say if something's accelerating, it's speeding up. But the actual technical definition is speeding up, slowing down, or changing direction. So if something is slowing down, it is actually accelerating, but in a negative way. So it's decelerating, it's getting slower. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about there. Okay.